I have had the most peaceful 2 weeks, 3 weeks of my life. Like I said, ever since my surgery was canceled. But I had an appointment for the MRI on Friday for my neurologist, and I've done an open MRI once before, so I figured I can do this. They have to do it open because I'm claustrophobic. So I go. It's small. It's just for that. So I said I could do this, right? I go into the machine. Well, first of all, they made my appointment for 3:30. Then they asked if I could please be there at 12. And I'm like, okay, Now, my son, he ordered his Christmas presents early and found out that his Mac couldn't support the stuff he bought. So, if you go to the Apple Store, they give you a free upgrade. So, he was anxious to go to the Apple Store. And the earlier the better. So I said, fine, I'll be there at 12. Me and my son get all ready to take him to the Apple Store. It's on the way. If it was not for my appointment, I probably would have been reluctant to do it because the mall traffic is horrible, the day before Christmas Eve, because that's when my thing was scheduled for, my MRI. I wasn't worried about it because I knew it was going to be an open MRI. So, the mall traffic was horrible. My zen and peace of the last 3 weeks was interrupted temporarily driving through that. And so I go to my MRI, and then they kept rescheduling me to come earlier and earlier and earlier. Then right before I get there, they said, "Oh, I'm sorry, we're running late. Come at this time." So I said, "Okay, fine." So I went to a couple of the Walgreens, because I'm at my brother's house. He's got like 3 Walgreens, and so I go to my appointment. I go half an hour early, like they asked me to. I do all this paperwork, and I'm done at exactly the time of my appointment, and they're not calling me, and I'm getting frustrated because my son calls me and says, "I'm ready." They installed the Mountain Lion. They do that for free if you need to do something like that when it's an upgrade. They did it for free. I think Mountain Lion and Snow Leopard are free to go do it in store. And we thought he was going to be there for hours. And one of the guys he spoke to there was really mean and nasty and said he was going to be there for hours. But they took him in within half an hour. He's ready. So now I'm anxious. So they're not calling me. I'm getting upset, because, my appointment was for later. I didn't even have to be there. I could have still had some zen and peace for a little while longer. And so I'm up these ladies' butts, like every 15 minutes. What's going on? So they asked me to be there at 12:45, and I'm doing all the paperwork. I was not seeing until 2:00. I'm good. I was a little apprehensive. I wasn't scared. I looked at the machine and I noticed that it wasn't my whole body machine. It was just for my head. And I was like, okay, I can do this. Puts me in. You okay? Yeah, I got comfortable. Starts sliding in. You okay? I'm fine. Let's just do this. Said I was going to be in there for an hour. He says, you're only going to be in 35 minutes, maybe even happier, So they put me in, and your neck is because it's for my neck. My head is all locked in. Now, I'm okay as long as I can see the open. It's an open MRI. But once I got all the way in and I couldn't move my head, I don't know what happened. I don't know if it's that I couldn't see that I was in an outside. That's the only way I could do is I could actually see the outside of the MRI. I wasn't really scared, but I guess it was, I don't know, psychosomatic or subconsciously, my mind knew, even though, or my body knew, or whatever, even though I was fine, that I could not see outside the machine. And it's open, it's really not that bad, but all the blood rushed to my head. Now, I'm thinking it's possible it could have been that I cannot lay flat on my back, I'm too big, and it's hard for me to breathe. So I don't know if this is what happened, but all of a sudden, all the blood rushed to my head, and I couldn't breathe. And I don't get it, because it was like instantaneous, like from one split second, I'm fine, the next split second, all this blood rushed to my head, and I couldn't breathe. And I told him, no, take me out. So I was kind of upset with myself. I really felt like a fool, because I'm up there butt saying, I want to get this over with. Really, but they should have just left me at my appointment instead of telling me to come earlier and earlier and earlier. And then I run out of there, you know, my tail between my legs. I felt like such a fool. And a part of me, probably if it wasn't that I knew my son was waiting for me, I might have tried again. But I was still like flushed. And they say, you're going to have to be sedated. The problem is you're not knocked out. You're still awake when they do this. So they said they need to reschedule. Early that morning, because I always have trouble sleeping, but now that once I turn 50, I pretty much fall asleep pretty quickly. I'm turning into my grandmother, who used to fall asleep at 6 o'clock and then tell you, when you try to turn off the TV, she'd say, I'm not sleeping. Don't turn that off. As soon as I turn it back on, she'd be sleeping again. But I'm getting sleepy at 9 o'clock now, and I don't like doing that because then I'll wake up at 12 and I'll be up. But I pretty much fall asleep quickly. I do wake up several times in the night, but I fall asleep quickly. And that morning, probably about 5, when I got up to go to the bathroom, I'm trying to fall back asleep. And as I'm dozing off, I was like twilight sleep, I guess. I was envisioning that I was in that machine and I was stuck and they couldn't get me out. And I woke up with my heart pounding. And I'm like, oh my, I don't think I can do this. I don't think I can reschedule. They had to call me back because they need permission from my doctor to be sedated. So I am scared. And I told my husband, I don't think I could do this. I don't think I could do it. They want to schedule, but I don't think I could do it. So this was last Friday. And I know it's, you know, you have Monday, everything's closed. It's the official, you know, Christmas. And so came Tuesday, nobody called me back. I'm like, good, because I don't want to go back. You know, if I do it now, everything is covered. Because I can't, come the new year, I got to start paying out of pocket. So I was like, good, okay, all right, they forgot, good, because I don't think I'm doing this. I'm not doing it. I'm not even going to go through with it. I'm not going to go back to my neurologist. I'm not going to pay $40, and I don't know what it's going to cost me to get my my nerve testing, you know, I've been feeling good now, you know, my arms aren't falling asleep anymore. I can feel my fingertips better now. I don't need to do this. I'm like, no, it's okay. I'll be okay. I'll be fine. I'm fine. I can feel. And, so I called back on Wednesday, and I'm like, so, you know, I should not have called them. I called them on Wednesday, said, so, you know, you haven't spoken to my doctor, so I guess, you know, I guess it's not going to happen, right? And she's like, oh, well, you know, the lady who's in charge of that's been off. I'm like, good, she's off. And so I'm like, good, okay, good. So she's out, okay, so, I just, you know, took care of business this week. I've just been so blessed. We have had to do last minute things, and the traffic has been atrocious, but I have been avoiding traffic every single time. It's been wonderful how everything has just been so smooth. The only bad thing about is that the weather's been 80 degrees and like 80% humidity for Christmas. It totally infuriated me. But, you know, I was doing some things this week that needed to get done anyway. And the nurse from my urologist said that she was going to call me up and tell me when I should get my urine test done, before or after I finish the antibiotics. And I'm like, it doesn't make sense to do it before. I'm still going to have the infection. And I said, cancel the surgery. It's going to have to wait till next year, next spring. But it makes more sense that I go after the antibiotics to finish. All right, I'll call you back. I'm going to call back. This is why I don't like that office. This is why I'm seriously, you know, I have till May. I'm going to look into other doctors because I need a dependable staff. You know, I need to be able to do what I got to do. And, you know, she never called me back. But I said, you know what? I'm going to go to the local office here, or I'm going to go to the lab where that's done. I had to be there anyway. So this week I took care of all the paperwork. I did my daughter's budget. You know, I took care of all that paperwork, so that's not staring me in the face for the new year, because it was mountain high. And I was like, I'm going to schedule. I had to get a sonogram of my liver, the blood work for my liver. I didn't want all that to interfere, going back and forth for medical stuff. during the holidays. So I just said, I'm going to go Thursday. They rescheduled my diabetes test for Thursday. I'm going to go Thursday. So I said, you know what? Diabetes, it's all in the same place. The lab, the diabetes, the sonogram, all in the same place. So I scheduled the sonogram for 3 hours after my appointment, so I knew that there would not be any issues of me missing it. I couldn't eat for either one, so I figured why not. I had to get, as soon as I was done with the diabetes, which by the way, I'm good. She says diabetes, and I know this, it will always be with me, but I've got it controlled. Even with all the cheating that I have been doing, I've got it under control. Even with eating some of this pantry food that's not healthy for you, because, you know, this month with holidays, you know, that's like the worst financial time of the year. You know, she said my blood sugar is doing good. You know, I don't know what they call the ACH1, whatever it is, was 6. It's still it was under 6.5. I'm usually 6.5. It was 6.4. I'm 110, which is good. I'm always between 100 and 120. She says she does, because of my liver, my kidney issues, that she doesn't think I need anything. I'm doing good. She said the only thing she could offer me is for weight loss is appetite suppressant. I said that don't work for me because I won't eat all day and then I'll remember to eat late at night and then I'll gain 4 pounds by the end of the week. That's not for me. And she's like, okay. She says, well, then I don't really think you need to do anything. She says, you accept what you're doing. Your diabetes is good. So that was great. Went to do the sonogram. I was just like, knocking it out. The only thing I couldn't do was, there's a new testing for diabetes neuropathy or something like that. And she's like, since I'm seeing it, first of all, she's not sure if the insurance covers it because it's new. But she did do the eye test to make sure my eye wasn't, you know, having any problems because of the diabetes. And she said, you're seeing a neurologist, so whatever testing she's going to do is probably going to be better. And your diabetes is great. So whatever problems you're having, it is not your diabetes. So that made me happy. So I got knocked out the sonogram. I told the technician that she only wants the liver. And it says there, abdominal sonogram, then it has a bunch of diagnoses and codes, and then it says, you know, 2 for liver. 2 codes for liver. But she still said, well, she said abdominal, so I'm going to do your whole abdomen. So I was there for a while, man. Her pressing on my ribs was killing me. Knocked that out. By that time, though, I was starting to get dizzy after I was done. And I got up from the table. I was disoriented because I was not allowed to eat. And as I got into the car, my hands were like kind of shaking from not eating. And I was having a little bit of trouble turning on the keys. So I went to go get the blood work, all in the same building. They were closed for lunch, so I said, let me go to Walgreens, like right across the street. And that's when I saw they had the entire display. And then I checked CVS right across the street, see if they don't have nothing yet. They don't carry Black Radiance. I'm surprised that Walgreens near me has it in this neighborhood, but hey, better for me. I find what I want there. So by the time I was done there, boom, when I got my blood work done, then I asked, did the hospital or did my urologist, MA, actually put in an order for me to get a urine test here? Because if not, I'm going to go to the office and see what's going on with that. You know, I was kind of upset about that. And she says, oh, you know what? I saw something while I was getting your blood work information. And she's like, oh, yeah. So knocked it out. I didn't have to go to the doctor's office, which was just down the block anyway. By the time I got home, I could barely walk and I could barely hold the keys to open up the door. Because I had not eaten from like, you know, I was up since like whatever, 7 o'clock in the morning and I didn't get home till 2. Came home and I ate and I got a call from the MRI. Your doctor approved you. You can come in tomorrow. We can sedate you. And I'm like, but what if I stop breathing? I'm flipping. I am flipping out. But this whole week I was saying I really should do it. You know, I've always wanted to get some sort of MRI or CAT scan on my head, you know, to make sure I don't have no tumors. Because every test I've done shows that I'm cancer free and I'm tumor free and I'm good. And I was like, oh. So I'm asking my husband, Do you think you can get off tomorrow? Because I can't do this unless you come with me. Because you're going to have to try. And he was trying to get off, and he says, I didn't bother because I already have Monday off. I said, well, you have accumulated a lot of days. Can you get off? But you got to let me know right now because I got to give them a decision now because they got one opening for tomorrow afternoon. And so he's like, he was reluctant. I'm like, just let me know because I don't want no surprises tomorrow. If you can't do it, let me know now. And so he's like, he says, well, if you do it for late afternoon, I could take a half a day. So I was like, okay. And I called her back, and I was like, are you sure I'm not going to die on that table, laying on my back? I can't breathe. You're going to sedate me, and I'm going to fall asleep, and I'm going to be like this, and I can't breathe. And she's like, we will have a paramedic on the premises. We have a doctor on the premises. The paramedic has to be there just in case anything goes wrong to rush you to the hospital. So she's saying, you're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. I'm like, are you sure? Are you sure? And at first, they said I had to pay. And I'm like, I don't want to pay $60 and then I can't go through with it, Because they have to pay the paramedics for being on there. And so she called, and I'm just trying to make every excuse, basically really just reassurances, I guess, for me. And she called, she kept saying, I'll call you back. She says, look, I talked with your insurance company. It's free. You do not have to pay the $60. And they're going to monitor. She says, nobody's going to monitor your breathing per se, but they are going to I guess they put something on your finger which checks your heartbeat and your oxygen levels. So they'll know that, you didn't stop breathing while you were in there. I was like, okay. I had a feeling that I was going to be there tomorrow. I was just hoping not. But, hopefully I'm not going to, fall asleep. Well, they say you don't fall asleep. You're conscious. You're just totally out of it, Maybe I'll hallucinate that I'm in a field somewhere and I won't be so scared. But anyway, I can do this. I know I can do this. So anyway, it's something I wanted to get out, but at the same time, I feel it's good to do. I should do it, I'm getting the feeling back. I'm not falling asleep anymore. I do feel like the bones in my back cracking. Maybe when they crack, it pinches something, and then when they crack again, it unpinches it. I don't know. But I do know it's not diabetes, and at least I know that it did stop. I do still feel some numbness, like loss of feeling, like right on the tips here, but it's not like before where I couldn't feel anything, So, so that's that. I got a call from the neurologist saying that I do endless blood work. I kid you not. This time they're saying they found a problem with the B12 in my blood. That I should go back to my doctor. They're probably going to prescribe me some extra B12. So, I feel good because I feel like everything I'm doing, all the testing that I'm doing, I took advantage of, meeting my deductibles, and I'm finding out that everything's okay. And I have been feeling so blessed. This is the first Christmas that I felt like it was Christmas, because 2 Christmases, well, since I moved here, it really hasn't felt like Christmas. But then we had to put down Sunny, and then this year Gigi died, and I just had no hope and all I saw coming in my new year is just doctor bills. That's all I saw. But when they canceled that appointment, or when they canceled the surgery, I don't know, just this peace came over me, and knowing that all these tests are coming out good, that I'm doing well, and no cancer or anything like that, and I feel good that I've done all of this, and except for my kidneys, I did everything for my liver, and I'm sure everything's gonna be okay, and because she's testing to make sure that there's no cancer in the liver, but every test she's done so far has come out good. My liver's functioning fine. And so, like, I'm just feeling really good about everything, especially my diabetes. They've really said, don't need pills. You just need to keep doing what you're doing. If something happens, I will prescribe something for you if your blood sugar just keeps spiking up, but you've been doing good. So I'm feeling great about that. And just so peaceful. Well, we decided that we're just gonna have presents under $10, and just everything has been going so smooth, except for that small little section last Friday with the MRI and driving to the mall. But like once I got away from the mall traffic and came home, it was just so peaceful. I just been feeling really good about everything. Just been more optimistic, feeling so blessed. We got each other these $10 presents. We found everything that we wanted. There was everything $10. I think except for my husband, I got him something for $15. And so it felt so good. It just really felt so good. We had a really good holiday. The only thing that I didn't get, I forgot to get something for the dogs, but they were tearing up the tissue paper. So I did my Christmas video I put on another channel. I'll link it at the bottom if you want to check it out. And you'll hear the story of the tiger. With the Walking Dead episode, that was about hope, and my son got me a tiger to always remind me of that episode of hope, and that's always been like my motto. Without hope, I might as well die. And so that tiger will always remind me of that. So just such a nice. And this week I took care of like the last thing that was hanging over my head, which was those papers. And just pray for me for tomorrow that I don't pass out and stop breathing. And so yeah, so I also made a decision that next month I'm only going to see doctors once a month because I can't afford it. It's $40 every time I go. And we are at an all time, the finances, we have to just keep them at bay. When living with our credit cards is difficult. And so you just got to make sure that budget is on is on top of things. So we're surviving, and so I made a decision to do that, and made a decision to stop worrying so much. It's like I can't lose weight. I can't. I'm not gonna worry about it anymore. I just do my best. I know exercising is not in my future. The older I get, the worse it gets. After the accident, my whole back went out of whack, and ever since then, your body just starts falling apart. And as the years go on, it gets worse. And I've got arthritis, and arthritis in my hips, and I'm running back and forth with my son. That's not going to happen, and I've just accepted it, and I'm going to stop worrying about weight and exercising, and just try to breathe and take one step at a time, and see that I'm not going to see doctor after doctor. It's going to be once a month, and that's it. My liver doctor said if everything's okay, I don't have to see her again for 6 months. So, I'm just going to see my neurologist next month. And just take it once. Actually, no, I got to do the neurological testing first and then make an appointment to see her. So, GYN every year, once a year, so I don't have to worry about that. And basically just want to, as long as everything came out okay, and I'm confident it will, I don't have to see my liver doctor until 6 months, and just have to, probably see my PCP and the neurologist, and I think that's all I need to concentrate on, and hopefully my infection is cleared, and we can reschedule that surgery, or maybe by then. Well, when they did the sonogram, I don't know why I looked up and I saw I still had stones. So, and I think she's not supposed to talk to me about it. But she says, well, I said, are those my stones? She says, yeah, I'm not supposed to talk to you about it, but you already know you got them, right? I say, yeah. So, who knows? Maybe by then they'll have broken down and passed and I don't need the surgery, who knows? But I'm just so enjoying the peace that I've had in my life these past 3 weeks. Next week, back to the daily grind, into the school, making sure he's registered, making sure everything's paid, making sure he got his book. Back to see the kids' doctors and picking up their medication. But for this, that's not until another 6 days. So until then, I just want to relax and just enjoy the rest of my vacation. So anyway, Happy New Year to you guys. I love you all, and be blessed. Mwah. Bye.